So while everyone talks about Trump's first 100 days, I'm thinking of the next 100 days, or as I like to call it, the second 100 days.
The first 100 days, part 2, the second 100 days.
Yes, I've copyrighted it, so you better not steal it. Speaking of steel, did you know that steel comes from iron? Iron comes from iron ore, and iron ore you dig out of the ground.
Steel comes from iron. Iron comes from iron ore. And iron ore, you dig out of the ground. Iron ore deposit, iron ore deposit. Gigantic deposit of iron ore. Iron ore, big iron ore deposit.
I learned so much from her. Like the names of cool Russian cities.
Yekaterinburg, which is now the 4th largest city in Russia. Yekaterinburg. Closing in on Yekaterinburg. Put them all in the basement of the house where they had been holding them in Yekaterinburg. Yekaterinburg. In Yekaterinburg. He bulldozed that house in Yekaterinburg. Back in Yekaterinburg. Google pictures of Yekaterinburg. Yekaterinburg is an interesting place. Yekaterinburg. He lives full-time and works full-time in Yekaterinburg. This kid living in Yekaterinburg, Russia, from his perch in Yekaterinburg.
We have 100 more days of that. Now, we've seen a lot of executive action so far from the president, but yesterday's, which expands offshore drilling, does 3 things. It creates jobs, it reduces our dependence on foreign nuts for our oil, and it's offshore, reminding fish that we won. In your face, fish. But some promises haven't been met. Perhaps it's not that easy.
Well, I loved my previous life. I had so many things going. I actually, this is more work than in my previous life. I thought it would be easier.
Now, the media thinks that this is some terrible admission, but is it really? To me, it's transparency, what they've been whining for, and what average politicians never ever give you. He basically said what we would say. I thought it would be easier. I say that every time I use the bathroom. I'm getting old. Sorry, Kimberly. But we get it. We know how Trump campaigned. He was the 8th grader running for class president who promised no more homework and free dress Fridays. No one really thinks it's possible, but we liked hearing it. And we figure he'll figure the rest out later. So did he? Well, he got us Gorsuch, the Keystone Pipeline, more drilling, less regulation, reduced border crossing, 94 dead ISIS from the mother of all bombs. That's 94 fewer than we had 100 days ago. Not bad. But I get it. His style can be scary. But it's a pattern by now. Look at China's shift on North Korea. Why now? Trump made a stink and made them think. See, Trump is the Kool-Aid president. Remember Kool-Aid Man? That giant, horrifying, pitcher-shaped monster that would crash through a brick wall? Scared the crap out of you. But then it pours you a refreshing, ice-cold drink. That's Trump. Initially, he scares you, and then he makes you a cool drink.
I know.
And everybody comes together. Fact is, Trump did all right for the first 100. You know, we're still here. I mean, if we believe the media, the planet should have imploded into a fiery death ball. That's the funny thing. The media set Trump up for success by exaggerating impending doom that never came. That was their wishful thinking. Instead, Trump showed us that he's just a guy trying to do his job, and his reward, an anti-honeymoon, which, believe it or not, is better than a real honeymoon. Think about it. The logic of a honeymoon is awful. Hey, let's start with the best time ever, then it's all downhill from here. No presidencies should suck at the start and become great. I mean, whatever. All I know is it's going to get better. The next 100 days are going to be great.